Hello dear students, this video record is to demonstrate how an AutoCAD file in which there is a two-dimensional drawing, say the view of a certain object, okay, it has been drafted using two-dimensional tools of AutoCAD, okay, is exported to Inventor. Well, Inventor, Autodesk Inventor is one of the commonly used new generation software. It is just an engineering software where can create the solid models of objects. Not only single parts but also assemblies. Perform stress calculations, generate digital codes to send data to robots or numerically controlled machines or to 3D printers. It is a full engineering software and it is a new generation software. In answering the question how an AutoCAD file can be imported to Inventor and the model of the object is created, I'm going to use this scenario. Say that in the archive of your company, there is an AutoCAD file. Okay, it has been drafted using two-dimensional tools of AutoCAD. Okay, for a few years, it is possible to create the models, solid models of objects in AutoCAD environment. Beforehand, AutoCAD was the software to use for two-dimensional drawing purpose, for having the projections of the objects mainly. So say that in the archive of the company there is a two-dimensional drawing, say the projection of a certain object, and then today need to create the model of the object. Regarding that, the things to achieve for creating the solid models are much easier to apply to deal in a new generation software. You decided to use not AutoCAD but Inventor. To save time and effort, instead of starting from the sketching stage to create the model of the object using the tools of Inventor only, since you have the projection in AutoCAD, export AutoCAD file to the things from AutoCAD file to Inventor, and then at a shorter time with relatively little effort create the solid model. Yes, this is the case in the scenario. I'm going to make the demonstration how an AutoCAD file is exported to Inventor and how the model of the object is created using this example. In worksheet number 3, for worksheet the requirement to deal related with worksheet 3, it is one of the item to deal to satisfy. It says that export the file, which file? AutoCAD file, to Inventor and then create the solid model of the object. Yes, in worksheet 3, third worksheet, we have the view, let's say the front view of a composite right prism. We studied on this projection in AutoCAD twice, applying classical method and then modern method, and then following video record is to demonstrate how the solid model is created, solid model of the object is created in AutoCAD. And now this video film is to answer the question how such a projection is exported from AutoCAD environment to Inventor, and thereafter how the model of the object is created. Okay. First of all, say that this is the file. It has been already created and in which we have the projection of the object, two-dimensional drawing. Okay. Well, this is the data actually available in AutoCAD environment. It is in AutoCAD format. But this figure is needed to use, okay, as the necessary sketch for creating the model of the object in Inventor. So, well, export this drawing from AutoCAD to Inventor. In the procedure, the first thing to do is that close the AutoCAD file. If the file in AutoCAD environment in which you have the necessary projection, okay, to export is active, cannot export it. Cannot import data, the file, the necessary view from AutoCAD. So, well, in other words, since at the background the things, while the things are being achieved by the software, it is from programming point of view is just a format changing. The format of the file when it is exported to Inventor will be changed to the format of Inventor. So, well, if the file is open in AutoCAD environment, well, we vanish in making such a format changing. So don't forget, it is a must. We must close the file, AutoCAD file, okay? No need to close the program, no need to close AutoCAD. Close the file. Yes, with a click on this cross, and then yes, close AutoCAD file. After closing the file, then open Inventor. My purpose is to create the model of the object. Here it is, the model. But start from the beginning. Yes, now I open Inventor. It is ready to, it is all the tools. Okay, and then, well, to be able to have the solid model of the object in the end, well, clicked on new file creation button because it is not created yet. It is a new file to create. Clicked on new file button. And then, you know this dialog. In the dialog box, drop the list of the options, clicking on here. And then select, you're going to have the model using which units, in which unit system you're going to deal with the model creation issue. In the environment, you're going to input the coordinate values, input the size values in which unit. Say that metric unit or British unit system. Select metric unit system, metric option, and then, well, I know that it is a single part. It is a component, not an assembly. To be able to create the models of single components, you know, this is the template option to select in this dialog box. Standard here, this word stands to say that ISO, International Standards, okay, and IPT is the registered extension for inventory files, component files, part files, okay, you know this. This is the correct template option. With a click, select, and then clicked on create button. Okay. This is 3D model environment. There is nothing yet. Okay. By the way, if you're going to have the background in sky in this tone, it is my favorite color to have in Inventor environment. Okay, and also to be able to see the grid lines in sketch mode. For me, grid lines in sketch mode is a strong indication that, or notice that the mode is sketch mode. Well, remind you on the configuration changings, clicked on Tools tab, okay, and then application options. This part is not related with the file importing from AutoCAD to Inventor. This is in general the thing to do for changing the background color, for enabling the software to bring the grid lines in sketch environment. After clicking on Tools and Application Options button, buttons, and in the dialog box, this is one of the main configuration dialog box in Inventor, you know. Select colors tab, and then from this scheme select sky. Okay, if the screen card of your computer is not so good, from this list select one color option. Okay, and to be able to prevent software from bringing some reflections over the environmental objects, the reflection on environmental objects over the surface of the model, well, from clicking on this search button, and from this list select for instance Chrome option. Okay, and then clicked on OK. Grid lines, select sketch tab, and then into this box make a click to enable the software to bring grid lines in sketch mode, and then clicked on apply and close this dialog box. Then turn back to 3D model environment, select 3D model tab, and along the ribbon the first panel is about sketching. Well, the necessary two-dimensional drawing in solid model creation environment is called sketch. Solid modeling starts from sketching stage, you know. For creating the model of right prisms or revolved objects or sweepy objects or loft, we start from two-dimensional sketching stage. From this list, you see we have 3D sketch, 2D sketch option. Make the selection on 2D option. And then after clicking on two-dimensional sketch button, then you know what it is. I already talked about such things. It is not for the first time, it is just to make a review. Find such a simulation. The simulated ones are the coordinate, the core regions, core parts, central parts of the planes. These are defined by coordinate axis, x, y, z. Okay, select one of them. Bring the cursor to the boundary of the core part of such a coordinate plane. Such a plane, it is defined by coordinate axis. And then after seeing this highlighting, click your mouse. I selected that coordinate plane to coincide the first sketch plane onto it. Well, the grid lines in the screen, just for me, are strong indication. Having grid lines is a strong indication that the mode is sketch mode, and the thing to do at this stage is drawing. Draw a sketch. Draw the necessary sketch. If there were no AutoCAD file in the memory of the computer, it has been drafted using two-dimensional tools of AutoCAD, then I would use the tools of drawing tools, editing tools if necessary, of Inventor, and then had the necessary region, necessary profile. But since AutoCAD file exists, and in the file I have the necessary figure to use, okay, for creating the model of the object in the end, well, to save time and effort, yes, import the file from AutoCAD from the memory of your computer to Inventor environment. To be able to import an AutoCAD file, two-dimensional drawing, it has been drafted in AutoCAD. Well, in sketch mode, we use this tool, insertion tool. Well, shall you insert a photograph, image? Clicked on this. Shall you insert Excel data? Clicked on this. If you're going to say insert or import an AutoCAD file, content of AutoCAD file, clicked on AutoCAD logo. Here, this button, AutoCAD option. Yes. And then after this click, as it is expected, program will bring the search dialog box to enable us to indicate the address. Where is the address of that AutoCAD file? Well, I know where it is. Clicking on this listing arrow, I drop the list of the partitions in the structure of my computer. this computer and you say, I know that data, the AutoCAD file is in this partition in my computer, partition D. Double clicking, I drop the content of this partition, and in the partition I know that I keep that file in this folder, okay, that subfolder, and this nested one, and one more. Yes, in my computer I have lots of nested files, and then I see that it is the file. Okay, its content is needed in Inventor. At this point, answer the question whether it is important to export an AutoCAD drawing. It has been drafted applying classical method, or it has been drafted applying modern method. Well, in the memory, I have two files for the same object. This is the file. I created it using applying classical method, and this is the file for having the same object. I apply the modern method. The answer to this question is no, not a matter which file, which method has been applied for having that projection and for exporting it to Inventor. Select one of them. I selected this file. I'm sure from here in the file I have the necessary profile. It is in AutoCAD environment, the view of the object. But after importing it to Inventor, I'm going to say not the view, but the sketch, necessary sketch. Clicked on thereafter, open tab. Yes, and then wait for a while in the order of few seconds. Yes, few seconds in Inventor. Well, I unplugged a cable, that's why yes, I found not Inventor and then AutoCAD environment. Well, here's what I mean. It is important. Well, in my computer at present, there are lots of active windows. Okay, one window I have what say Inventor environment in sketch mode. Okay, I clicked on AutoCAD file invoking insertion button, and then I indicated the file in the memory of my computer, that AutoCAD file in the memory of my computer. And then, well, the expected dialog to find at this stage is this one. Since I am using the education version of the software, yes, you also have the license as a student of the university. Without paying any money, you had the software, and I hope you're using the software satisfactorily. Program company just at this stage bringing this notice to the screen, just saying that, well, be aware you didn't pay any money, so you cannot use this software for commercial or professional purpose. This is a notice, and at this stage, well, you need to have this window, this notice in the screen, and then click on open. But if you have more than few active windows in your computer, then, well, this dialog may not be seen in the screen. Well, this stage is important. Although you waited in the order of few seconds after clicking on AutoCAD file insertion button and, well, showing the address of the file to import it to Inventor, you waited in the order of few seconds, maximum 1 minute, but there is no, couldn't find such a notice in the screen. There is no such a window in the screen. Well, this means, well, Windows operation system couldn't bring this notice to the screen. What can you do? While you're clicking on alternate group key of your keyboard, click on tab key. the key is, tab key is the key on which we have to the right, to the left arrows. If you do this, then you see in the screen all the active windows in thumbnail size. Well, you see there is a white rectangle. If the white rectangle is on one of the window, then this means you're seeing that window in the screen of your computer. But you need to have this window in the screen thereafter to verify that you're going to obey to the ethical rule of the software or the company. How can you bring it to the screen if you couldn't find this notice in the screen, of course? Well, after having all the windows, via clicking on alternate group key and the tab key simultaneously, then using the side arrows of keyboard to the right, to the left, clicked, and then bring the white window, white frame, white rectangle, okay, onto the window. It is the window to see in the screen. Well, this is the thing to do whenever you couldn't find the notice at this stage. It is to be clicked on, it is open tab to verify that you're going to obey to the ethical rules and you're going to use the software not for professional purpose to gain money, but just to satisfy the requirements in your school as the fulfillment of the course which you're taking. Well, bring the selection rectangle, clicking on side arrows to the right, to the left, direction arrows of the keyboard, and bring the white rectangle onto that window where we have the notice, and then press enter. And then yes, the necessary window where we have a notice to say open will be in the screen. Okay, and then clicked on open. And then wait few more seconds. Well, to find this dialog box. Yes, in the dialog box, you see there are two panes. In the first pane, yes, see, we have a list. In the list, what we have the names of the available layers in the structure of that AutoCAD file. Remember, I drafted that projection using my template, and in the structure of my template, I have 1, 2, 3 visible layers, visible 1, visible 2, visible 3, 2 hidden layers, text layers, etc. Yes, this is the list in which I have the names of the layers. Those are available in the structure of that AutoCAD file. Okay, and in the other pane, what we have the content of the selected file. You can make scrolling the wheel of your mouse, zoom out, zoom in. Okay, and this is just the stage in the pane. Inventor enabling us to see the content of the selected file, just saying that have a look at and check whether it is the correct file to export, to import. Yes, it is the correct file. But here, well, say here, my purpose is to have not the margin lines, not the title block, not the company name, etc. My purpose is to have the projection only. So at that stage, see the advantage of, another advantage of using more than one transparent papers in AutoCAD. Well, this stage, deselecting the layers, I'm going to prevent Inventor from importing the content of those. I do not need to have the margin lines, paper, age of paper simulation, and the title block. So I'm going to say that don't import the content of those layers. How? Deselecting the layers. Bring the cursor onto the selection box and with a click deselect the layer. You see, I deselected AM0 layer and I have no margin line in the simulation. This means margin lines will not be imported from AutoCAD to Inventor. And to be able to prevent Inventor from importing the edge of paper and the title block, well, deselect AM border layer. Well, which layers are to be selected in this dialog to be able to transfer their contents from AutoCAD to Inventor? The answer to this question: in which layers you have the projection, select those layers only. I know that while the visible parts of the object are in the content of visible one layer, so selected, and the hidden line, this hidden line is in hidden line layer number 1. Okay, I have this projection in these 2 layers. Deselect the others, yeah. Okay, no need to transfer them. Deselecting the others, well, can have the profile only, not the other things. If you transfer all the things from AutoCAD file to Inventor, then in Inventor the region will be very crowded and you may be in difficulty in creating the solid model of the object because of the crowdness. Okay, after making such a recommended filtering, then there is one more stage. It is extremely important. Click on Next Step. And in this dialog box, yes, don't forget to select this selection box. Make a click into this little box. This is necessary to be able to have the AutoCAD file together with all the associated constraints. Coincident constraint, if axis, parallelism constraint, verticality constraint, horizontality, all the constraints. Select this box and don't forget to select the other. To be able to have the projection with all the associated constraints, yes, we must select these 2 options. If you forgot to select these 2 boxes and say have the projection in Inventor format together with the necessary constraints, then when you apply the model creation process, you receive lots of error messages and you cannot create the model of the object. So this is critical, this is important. Select these 2 boxes. And then, well, thereafter, clicked on Finish button. Inventor at this stage, you see, detected the unit of measurement. It has been used in drawing the projection in AutoCAD. Well, I'm going to have the same the object, the profile in the same unit, so do not change it. Okay, detected unit is millimeter. Yes, clicked on Finish button. That is it. Yes, now and then make zoom in or zoom out if necessary. Zoom extends button. Clicked on navigation bar if you couldn't find the file, because it may be zoom in or zoom out, so you may not find the imported one. Now you see I have the same projection, but here it is not the view of the object, it is just to say sketch. Okay, it is the necessary profile. Yes, instead of drawing this figure using the tools of Inventor, just imported the projection from AutoCAD to Inventor, and then via which I said time. It is as if drafted in Inventor. If you couldn't find the projection as oriented as it is given on the worksheet, and if you want to see the figure as oriented the same as it is shown on the worksheet, then yes, use the orientation cube tool. Clicked on this banded arrow and then see that yes, it is just as it is given on worksheet. Yeah. Okay, it is now in Inventor format. Finish the sketching stage. You see, I didn't draw the sketch. I just imported it from AutoCAD file. Finish the sketching stage and then the rest. Apply the extrusion process. Yes, in AutoCAD, in creating the solid model in AutoCAD, remember, well, to be able to say that there is one more region, Well, after creating the model of the first feature, just after bringing the coordinate frame to a certain point on the available drawing, and then coinciding XY plane onto the surface where I have the hidden line, okay, and then using polyline facility, just created a line along the hidden line via using snap facility, and then along this part of the boundary and along that part of the other boundary. But in Inventor, no need to deal with such things, because if on the drawing sketch you have 1-2 regions, then yes, Inventor can distinguish them. No need to draw the boundaries again. See how. Apply extrusion process. I started the process clicking on this button, and then, well, I'm going to create the first feature first, indicate this profile, indicate the other profile. You see, the Inventor as a new generation software knows that there are 2 different regions. No need to draw the triangle one more time. Indicate this profile as well. The thickness of this part into this box say model creation dialog, write 15. Yes, in our example, the thickness of the main part is 15. And then clicked on Add button, Apply button. And then bring the cursor onto the triangular profile. Make a click. Well, here there is a trick at this point. Inventor, if you show the same sketch one more time, okay, Inventor, you know this, I already informed you on such a important notice. Well, as the output process automatically selects cutting option, and ready to cut the material, becomes ready to cut the material. My purpose is not to cut the material, but to extrude the other feature. Okay, clicked on Add button, and then check whether golden arrow is in the correct direction. Golden arrow indicates the sense in which the feature will be created. If you couldn't find the direction in the correct way, then this is the tool. Flip, flop. Whether you're going to create the triangular prism in this direction or in that direction. I know in this example the correct direction is this one. And then into this box, or in the dialog box here, write the thickness of that feature as measured relative to the plane where we have the sketch. From the sketching plane to the ending surface of this triangular prism, distance is equal to 10. I know the thickness of this feature is equal to 10 in this example. And the rest, just clicked on OK button. Yes, in this using this new generation software, no need to apply Boolean algebra, because at the beginning I said that object is a single component, so Inventor automatically unified the created features. Okay, that is the model of the object. Well, here I'm going to say oops to say one more thing. Well, remember, at the model creation stage, after having the necessary profile and clicking on Finish Sketch button, having the profile in 3D environment, I apply, in this example, extrusion process. I said that indicate this profile, indicate that profile, both of them. And then clicked on Apply button. Of course, write the thickness of the prism feature, that feature. And then, well, if you have one more feature to create in the same dialog at the same stage, clicked on apply button and then indicate the other profile. But some cases student may forgot to click on apply button and well, after writing the number into the box, say by mistake, of course, okay. Then well, cannot create the other feature. Don't worry about it. If you make such a click, say instead of clicking on apply and continue button, it is the button on which we have a green cross. If you clicked on OK button, then well, to be able to create the other feature, yes, this is the thing to do. The sketch, if you apply extrusion process or any model creation process and instead of clicking on apply button, if you clicked on OK button, then process is applied and the sketch disappears from the screen. Need to use the same sketch to be able to create a triangular prism. But the sketch is not in the screen. What can I do? Bring the cursor, in such a case of course, bring the cursor to the browser and find the icon. It corresponds to the created feature. Yes, if the cursor is on the correct icon, then Inventor highlights the corresponding model. Well, I created this model indicating the sketch. So to be able to ask the visibility of the same sketch, the thing to do is that after being sure that it is the corresponding icon, click on the cross and find the sketch option in the list. It is the sketch option. It corresponds to the necessary sketch to re-invoke to the screen. Right click the mouse when the cursor is on sketch icon and select visibility option. This is the procedure. This is the thing in the procedure. Whenever sketch disappears from the screen, why? Because you apply a certain process and clicked on OK button. If you need to reuse the same sketch for creating another feature, then yes, do it. Bring the cursor onto the corresponding sketch icon at the browser, right click the mouse and select visibility option with a click. Now the sketch is visible. If the sketch is visible, it can be used n times. Okay, continue. Re-click on extrusion icon and then indicate this triangular profile in this case. Inventor offering cutting process? No, my purpose is to add. Do not click on this, click on the other. And then check whether the direction is correct. Golden arrow is in the correct sense. Shall you create the model in this direction or in that direction? Well, if the direction is wrong, then repeat again, click on this and reverse the direction. Okay, and then as the extrusion length into this box, write the distance from the plane in which we have the sketch, we have the profile, to the ending surface of that right prismatic feature. In this example, it is 10. And then say OK. Well, yes, if you added the new feature, okay, asking the visibility of sketch, well, after finishing the model creation stage, the good practice is that take the visibility of the sketch from the screen. It is a poor practice to see the sketch in the screen, in the 3D environment. Bring the cursor onto the sketch. You ask it its visibility to be able to use it, reuse it. And then, well, do the opposite thing. Right-click the mouse. This select visibility option. With a click onto this option, visibility option, then this means you make it invisible. I took it as visibility from the screen. Okay. And then material assignment. To be able to input the material, either clicked on well, tools tab and find material, the button to click to invoke material browser, or along the quick access menu bar. It is available, the same facility is available in a little size, smaller size. It is the tool to bring the material selection browser. Click on one of them, which one you like, and then see this dialog. And in the dialog box, yes, from the list of the commonly used materials, find the material option. It is wood, maple. Select this one. If it were AutoCAD, then I will say that hold the left button of your mouse, and while you're holding the button as pressed, move the cursor toward the model. But in Inventor, you know, it is a little bit different. Right-click the mouse while the cursor is on that material option. And from the pop-up menu, after right-clicking the mouse, it will appear in the screen. Select Assign option with a click. That is it. And then close this dialog box. Yes, it is the model of the object. Yes, it is made of maple. I'm going to save this file at this stage. After each stage, don't forget to save. Click on File tab and then click on Save As option, and then show the address in the dialog box. Where is the folder to save this file? I know where it is. Show the address, and then write the file name, surname, ID number, and then if necessary, if there are more than one sections and your section is 1, 2, 3 or whatever it is, say S, and then S to say section, and write the number. And then, well, to say that this is the example, okay, well, almost finish it to dealing. It is from worksheet WS3, third worksheet. Okay, it is the fulfillment of the requirement D. So I put letter D here to say that it is the file which I created it as the fulfillment of the requirement D. Okay, for worksheet 3. Okay, and date of today 4th of April, April 4. And then click on Save button. How about the view? Well, yes, see in Inventor one more time how the view of an object can be created. Well, click on New File Creation button. And then, well, from this list, select the quadrant. If you make the selection on metric option, this means you selected the first quadrant. I'm going to create the view, imagining the object as located in the first quadrant. Okay. And then, well, make the template selection from 1 to 3, third pane. Okay. Well, obey to the rules of ISO. For having dimensions, annotations, all the things in accordance with the definition rules of ISO, International Organization, select this template option. Well, the previous one also used ISO, acronym of that association, but it is extension, you see, DWG, AutoCAD format. Well, to be able to create the file, drawing file in Inventor format, select this one. IDWV is the registered extension for Inventor drawing files. Unless otherwise mentioned, using Inventor, have the drawing file in Inventor format. How? Via selecting this template option and then click on Create button. You know, these are already subjected, studied things, not new. Just repeatedly saying, just trying to call your memory. And then, you know, this is A3 size paper. Well, it is sufficiently large, okay, for having the image of the object under scale 1:1. Otherwise, I will bring the cursor onto the sheet icon and right-clicking and selecting Edit Sheet, I will change the size of paper. Okay, click on Base View Creation button. And then, well, if the model of the object still in the environment, Inventor environment, then, well, Inventor will automatically sense that it is the case and start simulating one of the side views. if the model file were inactive in the memory but not in inventory environment, then I would click on the search button, and then in the search dialog box would show its address. And then clicked on the cartridge symbol to enable you to see the simulation pictorially. Much more easily, if you do this, can see which side is front side. You selected it already, and thereafter clicking on the parallel surface of the viewing cube, yes, can direct it as that side, the front side, as parallel to the paper simulation. If the orientation of the view is not as it is required, then clicking on banded arrows, you can change its orientation. You can make it as correct oriented as it is required. Okay, in this example, front view is to be in this orientation. Okay, and then scale factor 1 to 2. No, well, 1 to 1 may be more proper, since there will be, in this example, on the paper only one view. And then clicked on OK button. First style button must be on. If this button is on, then Inventor can create the images of not only the visible but also the hidden entities. And then say OK. That is it. Here is the view. If you couldn't find the view at the center of paper, bring the cursor to the vicinity, and then using drag technique you can move it. Making such trials, try to center the projection. It is the good practice. It is a format requirement. Yes, this is the view of the object. But in sketch mode, yes, here, see the sketch. It is a sketch, not the projection. But after creating the view, can say that it is the view, it is the projection. Okay. I hope I managed to demonstrate the things, how an AutoCAD file can be imported to Inventor environment, and how the solid model of the object is created, how the views are created in Inventor. Okay, dear students, the fulfillment of item D for worksheet 3, I think, is okay. We satisfied, I satisfied. Okay, then ending this video record. Yes, stay healthy. Bye bye. Thank you for your watching.